Welcome to Let's Talk Money. I'm Rebecca Powers. So happy to be with you today. I'm here with Mark Provenzano of Hedged Private Wealth. He is the CEO and founder. It's so good to see you, Mark.
Good to see you, Rebecca, today.
So a lot of people have been watching the news. I'm sure a lot of your clients call you and they're a little worried. You see all the tumultuous, the Wall Street talk and politics and war. How do your people sleep so well at night?
Well, Rebecca, our clients sleep so well at night because we go into it with a plan.
Right.
We have a plan, we know where we're going, we know where we're starting, and we know where we're going to end. And we just kind of adjust in the middle when we have to, right?
Right.
So yes, everything starts with a plan.
And how are you so different? And I know a lot of your clients say you're completely different than the big box experience, which is kind of cookie cutter, right? Rubber stamp, are you high risk, low risk, whatever, and they kind of put you in a bucket with thousands of other people. How are you so different?
We're so different, Rebecca, because we like to say that at Hedge Private Wealth, it all begins and ends with you in mind.
Yeah.
All the time. It's really not about us, it's about you. So all of our questionings, when you come in, it's a very relaxed atmosphere. And we really start with an investor profile.
Okay.
And in that investor profile, we get a chance to know you very well. And at the same time, you get a chance to know us.
Exactly.
Because we have to be able to work together.
What about your team? I hear you have well, first of all, your wife, Carrie, is really the powerhouse of this team, I hear.
Oh, yes.
Tell me about her, and let's talk about your daughter, Mia, who will also be a part of your amazing family business.
She will be one day. Yes, my wife, she is also a registered investment advisor, IAR, we say, in the industry, as well as me. And we formed Hedge Private Wealth quite a few years ago.
Yeah. Together.
Together, absolutely together. And you know, my daughter Mia, she just graduated from Tulane with her.
Yay, go Green Wave. Sorry, I love the Tigers too, so don't be sad at me.
With her master's in accounting. So yes, she's not physically in the business now. She works for one of the top CPA firms in the New Orleans area, but she will be with us.
But she has several degrees as well.
Yes.
I mean, she's only 24 and she already has 2 degrees and about to get her CPA. Amazing.
She's got her master's in accounting. She's got her first 2 parts of the CPA pushed out of the way. So yeah, she's
beautiful and smart.
Yes, she's rolling along. She's rolling along.
And to follow in y'all's footsteps.
Yes.
What higher compliment, could you have?
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
So tell me about your staff, because I really want people at home to understand who they'll be meeting, what the staff is like. Oh, and the 7th floor of the Galleria right there in Metairie, so it's easy to get there, easy to park.
That's correct. Galleria, 1 Galleria Boulevard. And you'll be greeted by Ashley Kent. She is wonderful. She was a diamond in the rough to find, and I'm not letting her go. But she pretty much handles all the operations for our business. And you'll meet her first and foremost. She'll get you comfortable. And really, our first meeting will be very, very pleasant.
Right. Leave your checkbook at home. It's not even about that. You want to see if you're the right fit.
There's so much work that has to be done on our part, Hedge Private Wealth.
Before you get to that point.
Oh, yes. It's plenty discussions. And sometimes we hear from our clients, do we have everything finished yet? And it's like, no, we have to go through a process because it is a process. Like I said, we start with the investor profile. From there, we'll move on over to the different reports that we will generate, complementary. It's a complementary portfolio analysis.
Awesome.
And the reports can get quite detailed, but we try to keep them on a high level. And one of the first reports that we find that we give as complementary is the risk profile.
Right.
I mean,
so important.
Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, Rebecca, for bringing that to light.
Most people, including myself, until I became part of this group, you really don't know your risk. You just put it in your 401k when you're 20 or 30, and I'll go high risk, and you forget about it. Do you find that a lot with your clients?
A lot. And we dig into their portfolio to look at really 4 main factors, and this is what we give complimentary to our clients and to be clients. In the stage. So we offer, of course, the investor profile it all starts with. Then we go to the risk analysis. Then we go to the fee analysis, which is usually not like to be talked about.
I was going to say, they usually don't even tell you. You wonder, how do they get paid? But you
exactly,
go through that. I love that.
Exactly correct. And what we do is we show where all the fees are coming from, okay? which is usually not disclosed all the time.
That's
It's
right.
very hard to find, okay?
Right.
Right. So, and then, we do offer a Social Security maximization report. It's only if needed. Some of our retirees that come to us, they're beyond that, but sometimes we'll
Yeah.
relook at that.
Absolutely.
And we pretty much finish everything up with and this is the oh so important, Rebecca, this is what we talked about, the written retirement income plan.
Yes.
That's really where everything goes. That's where everything is followed. We follow the plan from there, and like I said, we will make adjustments in between if needed.
Sure.
And we do meet annually, and of course, our office is always open. If you want to meet, more than that, and like we say, we have open door policy. Just come in.
Pop in anytime.
Pop in anytime. We're there.
You definitely don't get that from the big boxes.
Thank you.
You mentioned income, and we're going to take a break in a few minutes. But
Sure.
income, you cannot retire without a stream of income. On the first of the month to know I can pay all of my bills and then have a little play money. So we're going to talk about that more in depth in a minute. But how do you set up that income stream to know that they can retire?
Wow, that's so important, Rebecca, and thank you for bringing that to light. That is something that we at Hedge Private Wealth, if we don't know where your fixed expenses are, and we put in the variable as well to give you, we have to know what expenses is inside of your home before we can say, well, you need this much money, you need this much of
Right.
income, right? So we go through that pretty deeply, and I do ask some
Personal questions.
yes,
Well, you
yes,
have
I
to.
do. I do dig pretty deep on that. And like I tell my clients or prospective clients, just let me know if I ask too much. But the
Right.
more, just remember the old adage, the more that we know, the better advice and recommendations that we can give. And that's really what it's all about. It's all about you. It's not about us. It's about you.
Because everyone is completely different, like a snowflake. No one
100%.
is alike.
100%, yes, excuse me.
Well, we're going to talk about income streams, and you mentioned, I think, Social Security. That's a big part
Yes.
of retirement.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick break, but Mark, tell them what they can expect and give them the phone number to call so they can come meet you and your amazing staff.
Sure. Our phone number is 888-339-2048. And we ask you, pick up the phone, give us a call, schedule your appointment to come in, visit with us. It's a very enlightening, pleasant appointment. We know you will walk away knowing more than what you did. And our offerings, complimentary offerings, we basically give you 4 different reports. One of them is a portfolio fee report. One of them is a portfolio income report. We do offer a Social Security maximization report, and we like to say if that's needed. And the most important one of all is your written retirement income plan. So folks, give us a call, complimentary. We would love to meet with you.
Absolutely. And stay with us. There's the number 888-339-2048. We're going to talk some more about money right after this.
When was the last time you saw your financial professional? Are you getting the most out of the strategy that was created for you? Although you've done a great job finding someone to help plan for your future, are you 100% sure that you were given the right strategy? We can help answer these questions and more with a complimentary second opinion evaluation. We will take a look at what you have in place and then help determine if you're well positioned to get the most out of your future retirement income. In the event that it is not, we can help by making suggestions and showing you how to get on the right path. You wouldn't get just one opinion when it comes to a major health decision, so why would you treat your most important financial decision with such disregard? Call today for your no-cost, no-obligation second opinion evaluation to see if you're getting the most out of your retirement income plan.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Money. I'm Rebecca Powers. So happy to be here with you. I'm here with the CEO and founder of Hedged Private Wealth, Mark Provenzano. Good to see you as always.
Pleasure to see you as always.
We were talking last block about when someone comes in and they meet you and your staff, and you set up that kind of plan. It was kind of a 4-pronged thing.
Mm-hmm.
You also ask questions about their hopes and their dreams. And I love that because if you want to retire what do you want to do when you retire? And what are some of those answers? What are some of your clients able to do to enjoy life now?
Well, Rebecca, we like to say that our clients should be enjoying their retirement as every day should be a Saturday, right?
I love that.
Every day should be an off day. And we try to structure it like that for them. And with that, it does take some analysis and some,
What are the types? I know that you also use computer programs. It's not just from your brain and your team. Talk about some of the computer analysis programs that you're able to do. So it is actually mathematical.
Yes, and I'm so glad you said that. With a BS in accounting, you kind of need to take me away from that at times. But yes, I like to think everything is math and science, right? But it's really not, because it really goes much deeper than that, and it's about you. It's about our viewers. It's about them. And it's tailoring that plan specifically for them, because everyone is unique.
Right, absolutely. So we were talking about income stream. No one can retire without knowing you can pay your bills on the first of the month. What are some income streams that you use? Social Security, we know, is kind of small for most.
Yes, yes.
And then maybe they've saved a little. What are some of those other income streams you can tap into?
Well, some of the other income streams that we look at, we look at their 401k, we see if there's maybe a 403b, TSA, of course the IRAs, the Roths, and so forth. Maybe if they were a small business owner, they have a SEP, SEP or a simple.
Okay.
So we look at all of this and we try to really prepare for them complimentary a report, an analysis of what will work best for them, because that's what we want it to be. We want it to be an efficient plan for them.
Yeah.
Because remember, we'll help guide and put it together, but it's not about us. It's not the products we like behind the scene.
Right.
It's about you.
At the end of the day, it's all about them.
Yes, it is.
Now, you were mentioning I know you always say it's nice to keep it simple. I know you have a lot in your mind because you're highly educated on finance, but to keep it simple for folks, how is a 401k converted to a Roth, for instance, and why is that so smart to do to avoid big taxes?
Wow, wonderful question in this day and age. As we all know, or you just put on the local news stations, and we can see what's going on. And we always try to ask our clients, do you think taxes are going to be higher in the future? Or do you think they're going to rise? Or do you think they're going to go up? And with everything you see, you can look at the United States' debt clock. It's at 31 trillion.
Wow.
So someone has to pay that bill, Rebecca.
So the taxes are going up. You're foolish to think if they're going to go down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. Absolutely. So, we do try to bring this to light and show them that maybe it is best for them if we do a Roth conversion. But remember, we don't just throw that out there. That's all done from an analysis, from a report, a written retirement income plan, okay? That's where we gather our information from, and we work from there.
Yeah, we'll always work the plan unless you need to change it, like you said.
And folks, we're very, very willing to change because right, everybody's life changes.
Right, there could be a death in the family. You may want to travel. You could win $50 million. No.
Exactly.
So why is it so smart to convert when you can to a Roth IRA to save taxes? Explain how that works and how you have to do it kind of incrementally.
Right, and the main reason we usually do it incrementally is because there's a tax liability behind that, Rebecca. Remember, all of these tax-deferred plans have done just that. They have grown tax-deferred. So we do need to pay into the federal system, which is everybody needs to pay taxes, right? So we will, on an individual basis, we convert when the paper tells us we can convert the plan. And what's on the paper and the documents is what you tell us.
Right.
So that's when and how we convert. But yes, we do try to encourage, if the cash flow is there, we do try to encourage the conversion factor, because, come on, we all know taxes are going to go up.
So you're saying you pay the tax now when it's probably lower, instead of your money growing, and then you pay on it later.
That's correct.
When it's higher money and higher taxes.
Exactly correct, Rebecca.
See, so many people aren't told these things. Do you agree that education in our public schools have never taught children about money and finance? And why?
I would have to agree with that. And, we have a lot of, uncertainty in the world, as we know. in this day and age.
Yeah.
But if we go back to, like you said, the schooling system, the public schooling system, math and science is sort of getting left behind.
Right. Well, they'll teach you algebra, but they won't teach you interest rates or
Exactly.
why not to get a 22% credit card.
Exactly.
I mean, how did your daughter get into this? I mean, she grew up watching you and your wife, but
Obviously.
what did she have good credit at 13? I mean, tell us about that.
Well,
Did she get a credit card when she was little? I mean, what were
No.
some of the things you didn't allow that?
No, we didn't allow it. But she saw us, and she did work. And everything starts. And I like to always say this, Rebecca. S&P 500 Corporation. It's not much different than our own personal households.
Yeah.
Everybody has a budget.
Right.
Our view is you have a budget.
Right.
So it all starts there. And one of our jobs is to show you how to most efficiently get that income and maybe not go over your budget, but we do want to make every day a Saturday, right?
I love
You've
that.
retired, you made it.
I love that.
You made it. We want to help you keep it. And that income is so very important because remember, cash flow is everything.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a very short break, and I'm here with Mark Provenzano of Hedged Private Wealth. It is a family affair, been in business many years at the Galleria, and we are going to continue to talk money. But let our viewers know the phone number, Mark, and how they can come meet you.
Yes, folks. My number is 888-339-2048. We're located in the Galleria. Everybody knows where that's off of I-10, big glass building. And, we welcome you to our office. We want you to pick up the phone, make the call, come see us. We try to always promise you won't be sorry you did because we have complimentary portfolio analysis. We give you quite a few reports, and just to name a few, how much risk are you taking? A portfolio risk report. How about your fees in your portfolio now? We look at that. We let you know that. How about a Social Security maximization report? Complimentary, we give to you, okay? And if it's needed, I always like to say if it's needed, folks, because some people are way beyond that point. And also the most important is our written retirement income plan, because remember, income is what it's all about in your retirement golden years. So please, give us a call. Pick up the phone, 888-339-2048.
Thank you, Mark. And when
Thank
we come
you.
back, we are going to talk more about risk. Do you know your risk and where your money is? Stay with us.
How confident are you in your current financial plan? Do you know with certainty how the recent market volatility will affect your future hopes and dreams? How much are you paying in taxes? And how much are you losing to unnecessary high fees? You didn't work to save this money so that you could spend your time worried in retirement. Now is the time to take charge of your finances so you can feel confident about your future. Call in during the next 30 minutes of today's show only to set up an absolutely complimentary, no obligation, full-blown financial review that will result in your own customized written plan that we're giving away complimentary to the first 10 people who respond. We'll start with a full-blown analysis of what you already have. By running a report to untangle how much you are currently paying in fees, how you're allocated for risk, and what it's costing to work with your current advisor. Next, we'll identify your goals. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you want to go, and who do you hope to go there with? Is your current financial plan set up to get you there without mishap? Let's design a roadmap to create a financial plan you can follow with confidence. Get the piece that so many people are missing from their retirement. Find out how having a written plan can make a difference to your retirement dreams. Call now to schedule your complimentary, no obligation, full-blown financial review today.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Money. I'm Rebecca Powers here with Mark Provenzano of Hedged Private Wealth. We were talking about risk report. I think that is so genius because not many people understand truly what risk level or, when we were younger, they'd say, do you want to go conservative or do you want to go risky? You'd say, oh, risky. But when you're 50 years old, you can't be risky anymore. You need to keep as much as you can. So tell me about the risk report. How do you do that?
Yes, Rebecca, and thank you for bringing that to the forefront here because, risk is so very important. And what we find is a lot of our clients that come to us they have no idea where they are in their portfolio, the risk that they're taking, or the amount of risk that they should be taking.
Right.
And we help clarify that. And yes, we have all the expensive, subscriptions to Morningstar and a Bloomberg terminal, and that gives us a wealth of information.
And these are computer programs?
Oh, yes, computer programs, yes.
So you put in the person's all of their information, and then it gives you a risk evaluation, or how does it work?
Yes, we actually take their portfolio holdings, their securities that they actually have.
Okay.
We put the ticker symbols in, and we can find out anything and everything that we want on, say, Apple stock.
Okay.
We found out everything we need to find out about it. And if it's mutual funds, we find that out too, okay? So on the risk report, that tells us certain indicators on how does that particular security move with the market. Is it moving more than the market, or is it moving less than the market? So we give you this. We show you the fees that are associated with holding that security, which is
Okay.
usually not talked about.
Yeah.
But yeah, the risk, the flat out risk, like you said, is so important, especially for retirees, because how much risk should you be taking? That's why you come to us. We can help you with that.
Exactly. And if you're trying to retire, you definitely cannot be in the highest, the super risky bucket, I guess, of money.
Absolutely correct, Rebecca. Yes. We if someone really wants to go to Vegas, and they really, they may be cared for, everything is done, they got, a very nice portfolio, and they say, hey, I want to carve out 50%, which is highly unlikely, but if they
Right.
do, and they say, Mark, I want you to really,
Go heavy on this.
yes, like I'm 25, like I just
They're the
started work.
boss. You just do
Yeah.
what they want.
Always, always, always. And thank you for saying that, because it
Yeah.
all begins and ends with our clients in mind.
Yeah. And that plan, it's like, how can you go on a trip without a map? Well, GPS now, but without a
Absolutely.
road map, how can you navigate
You can't.
anything? And I know in my experience, it was always the big box. I didn't even hear from them for 5 or 6 years. I was a kid. I didn't really know, any better. So
Very
Social
true.
Security, a lot of people don't need it yet, obviously, when you're young and healthy. But when you're 55, 60, 65, 70, thinking about retiring, how important is Social Security, and how has that changed from 30, 40 years ago?
Oh, wow. It's very important, to answer your first question. And that's why we encourage our viewers to come see us.
Yeah.
Schedule that appointment. Come see us. We'll help you with that, because if in pre-retiree, if your Social Security decision is not made correctly, that literally could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime.
Wow.
So yes, that's why we have the Social Security Maximization Report.
Oh, great.
We give that to you complimentary, okay? So we look at that. That's one of the things we're looking at if you're getting ready to retire, right? And from there, everything is a process with Hedge Private Wealth. Everything follows a process. And like you said, how often do you get spoken to
Right.
about your portfolio? But the pre-retiree and first initiating going into retirement is so very important. So very important.
It really is. And Social Security is interesting because you will actually pull up their name, Social Security
Oh,
number,
yes.
tell how much they paid
yes.
each year,
Oh, yes.
how much they would get in
Right.
benefits or should get.
Right.
And
right.
in the old days, I sound so old saying that, but 30, 40 years ago, I remember my parents, they had a pension, and that's what America used to be. You had a pension, you worked somewhere for 30 or 40 years, you knew you'd be taken care of, and you'd have that money. In 1978, as you know, that changed dramatically. It kind of, the employee became, well, good luck. You got to
That's right.
figure it out, but we weren't taught finance. So there are many different pieces to the puzzle of your money, your income stream to be able to retire. What are some other little buckets of money? Do you do annuities? What do you, I know everyone's different.
Yes,
But give us
that's
some
right.
examples of where you find that money.
Sure. And you're right. Things have changed tremendously.
Yeah.
Tremendously from, say, the 60s and 70s. You went to work, you put your time in, you had a great pension. That's 75 to 90% of your income. You were fine. Your Social Security supplemented that, right?
Yeah.
Right. Much different, like you stated. We look for income. We'll say that. We do look for income in the retirement years. Why? Because as we know from the health side of it,
Yeah.
some of your most healthiest seniors are the ones that can wake up and know every day's a Saturday, right?
Right.
But they know that the end of the month is already covered.
That's great.
It's covered.
That's peace of mind.
Oh, for sure. And that's where we try to get with all of our clients that come to us. And you mentioned the word annuity.
Yeah.
We do use that at times.
When it's appropriate, when it's a good tool.
Absolutely. And it really, what we like to say is the annuity really is a private pension, because that's just how it acts, as a private pension.
And there are different types of annuities. Some you like, some you don't.
Oh, yes.
But it depends.
It depends. And that's why we ask you to come in, folks, come see us, schedule that time with us, and we will go over all of this with you. We will make the really, really difficult very simple. And we really do.
I love that.
We will make it very simple for our viewers. We make it very simple. And that's what everybody loves about Hedge Private Wealth. And hence the name we kind of, you said, how do we do it? Well, we named the company Hedge Private Wealth because of hedged, right?
Yeah.
It was a hedge.
Right.
You hear about this with the big money managers.
Hedge funds,
yes.
hedging your bets.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Yes.
And that's what we do. We can and will do that. The big boxes usually don't, unless you're working with a family office or something like that.
Yeah.
But we will do that when it calls for it. We can do
Absolutely.
that, and that's what we like about being independent, our own firm, Hedge Private Wealth. We have no one really telling us what to do for you.
It's all
We do what's
personal.
best, 100%.
All right, just 30 seconds left to go. Thank you
Yes.
so much. This time flew by. We'll be with
It
you
did.
again next week with Let's Talk Money. And just look at the camera one more time and tell our folks goodbye, and give the number again and give them a call. No cost, no obligation. Come meet the wonderful team of Hedged Private Wealth.
Yes, and thank you for that, Rebecca. Folks, call 888-339-2048. Come see us. We welcome you. You'll be greeted by Ashley at the Galleria. And complimentary to you, the reports we give you, you're going to be very delighted. Because really, in retirement, this is what you need to be concerned with, okay? And it's really four reports, okay? We have our portfolio fee report. We have our portfolio income report. We have our Social Security maximization, and we also have the most important, the written retirement income plan, which we all need, because that tells us where we're going.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you, and thanks for joining us.